before we start the formal proceedings. I would like to introduce and let you know in our audience and going to be part of this proceeding, our Congressman James McGovern, our State Representative John Menender, and our State Senator Michael Moore. And I would ask that they escort our very special guest, Mrs. Cutting, up to the podium. By the way, just so you'll know, while they're making their way up here, we offered to do it down here, and she said, no way, I'm going up there. And the special seat of honor is yours.
That's a standard chair.
The tradition of awarding the Boston Post cane started in 1909 as a promotion by New England's most popular daily newspaper, the Boston Post. The paper distributed several hundred ornate gold-tipped canes to the selectmen in New England's largest towns, and the boards made the presentations to their oldest man until 1930, when the award was changed to the oldest resident, including women. Leicester resident Ann Cutting is truly a cornerstone of this town. On her mother's side, her ancestry traces to one of the founding families of Leicester, Robert and Ruth Earl. And on her father's side, she is a descendant of the Southwood family who settled here in the 1800s. Ann attended Manville Grammar School, played basketball, and graduated from Leicester High School, and went on to Tufts University. After graduating there, she returned to Leicester to teach all 8 grades at the one-room, one-teacher Manville School she once attended. Woo! There was no electricity, no indoor plumbing, and no running water. Later, she would teach at the considerably more plush Center and Memorial Schools. It would not be practical nor likely possible to name all the civic, social, or religious organizations Ann has contributed her vast and never-ending energy to. But to a person, the people who have had the pleasure of her association unanimously agree. When Ann was involved, she was all in. A mere sampling of Ann's involvements include the Senior Center's Wheels on Meals until she was 92 years old, the Federated Church Choir, the Lily Society, the Red Cross, and the Leicester Grange. Whether she is collecting sap, selling Christmas trees, or greeting the youngsters at the disc golf course, Ann is still a vibrant force within the family and community. Now, I was brought up that a gentleman never discusses a gentlewoman's age, so let it suffice to say that Ann is still an avid bowler. In this past winter, she scored 101, which is 2 pins more than were candles on her most recent birthday. In addition to her many recognized accomplishments, including the Lifetime Achievement Award for Excellence in Elder Services given by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, it is truly my honor, on behalf of the Board of Selectmen and the residents of Leicester, and in the presence of our Congressman James McGovern, State Senator Michael Moore, and State Representative John Menender, to present Leicester's very distinguished resident, Ann Cutting, with this historic Boston cane. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you with many more years of happiness.
Let me say what a privilege it is to be here at the town meeting. I really enjoy coming to town meetings because it's such an incredible, tribute to our democracy, and I really appreciate everybody being here. But I am here because I wanted to pay tribute to Ann Southwick Cutting, and on this very, very special occasion. And we're here really not just to honor her because of her years, although that in and of itself is a great accomplishment, but we're here to honor her for the quality of those years. Doug went through a whole list of things that she's been involved with her church, with Meals on Wheels, with young people, with education, with supporting the community. All those things are incredibly important. And Barack Obama wanted to be here today, but he couldn't make it, so he sent me instead. But I just wanted to be here as your new congressman to congratulate you as you receive the Boston cane, which has a rich tradition in our Commonwealth, and to thank you for your dedication and your incredible service to this community. It really is an inspiration, and so it's a privilege for me to be here. My colleagues in state government are going to have really nice, fancy citations to give you. I'm going to give you basically a letter from me because the federal government is broke, so we don't have a lot of money, a lot of things. But it's meant with a full heart and great admiration and respect. Congratulations.
Good evening. As the Congressman stated, we're here tonight to honor Ann. And again, it's not just because of her age, but anyone can live in a community, but it's actually being part of the community, being there for your friends, your family, your children. If you look at the lives that she's been able to touch when she was a teacher through the 8th grades, and actually the conditions that she taught under. Today, I think we often take for granted some of the technology and some of the advantages we have. And if you look back to what job Ann did when she was teaching and exposed to the children of this community, I think it speaks very well of her. I think it speaks very well of the community that we're here to recognize her for everything she's done and for being being part of this community. And in recognition of that, I have from the State Senate an official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Ann S. Cutting in recognition of having met the criteria to be deemed the oldest resident in the town of Leicester, and as a result, has the distinct honor of receiving the Boston Cane Award. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be signed by the President of the Senate and attested to in a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. And it's signed by the first female President of the Senate, Senate President Teresa Margaret, and myself. And congratulations and thank you for all you've done.
This is the second time this week that we've had the pleasure of talking to the residents of this wonderful, wonderful town. And as I look out here in the audience and I look down and I see the Southwick family, I see from our former writer for the Telegram and Gazette to one of my favorite and most wonderful former students. And Ann, you have a lot to be proud of. Your family, your friends. I was wondering, they said that you greet the people at the disc golf course. Do you play the disc golf course? Oh, she'll tell me later. All right. Oh, okay.
I am so deaf. I have to have a word to say hello to
I didn't know that.
With that, you mean you didn't hear all those things that everyone said about you? You know what, McGovern, boy, you got to do it over again. You got to talk real loud. From the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, House of Representatives. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers the sincerest congratulations to Ann Southwick Cutting, in recognition of you being presented the Boston Post-Cane Award by the town of Leicester. Signed by the Speaker of the House, Robert DeLeo, and offered by me, your state representative. Congratulations.
Ann, would you like to say anything? You want to add to that great line, or you're going to leave it best? Just so you'll know, the family told us ahead of time of her hearing difficulties, so we have everything in writing for her to be able to read after the fact. Anything you want to add?
You are all wonderful, and thank you for coming, and I'm not special.